What's up, everybody? It is Suzy Ruin here from the Gilnea server. I'm going to share with you today a secret. You may have already know about it, some of you may not. It's not a super well-known secret, and it's sort of an oddity here, but it's how to get a dog to be in the pet shop in Dalaran. If you have 12,600 rep with the tillers from the Pandaria expansion, you would have received a dog at the farm, and I'll show you all this stuff here as we go forward. Anyway, the bottom line is that once you get the dog unlocked in Pandaria by doing a quest, after you hit that rep, then what ends up happening is it will automatically spawn at your herb garden in your garrison. A lot of people don't really realize that this is even a thing, but it is. So, being as that it's in your garrison, you can also move it from your garrison to Dalaran in the pet shop. So the first thing that we're going to do here is and I'll show you all this stuff as we go along. It's just a quick explanation up front first, and then I'm just going to walk you through what to do. So as you can see, I started in Borealis, took a portal to Stormwind, and now in Stormwind I'm heading over to Pandaria. So what you'll want to do once you get to Pandaria is you're going to want to go to a little place here on the map, and I'm going to pull this up for you just so you can sort of see where I'm going and where you'll ultimately need to end up here, because this is where the dog should already be if you already have the rep. Now, if you don't have the rep, you're going to have to go here and do a bunch of questing and stuff like that to rep up. After you hit the amount of rep, 12,600 with the tillers, then you'll have the dog unlocked at your farm. So we're going to take a flight path here, and you're going to head over here to this half hill place, and it's going to send you on over on a flight, and here's where we're going to want to go. So half hill is where you're going to want to end up. Now, if you haven't done the quest, you'll want to go to a slightly different place. There are some coordinates I can give you here that will tell you where you can pick up the initial quest from the dog, because initially there's a quest that you do so that you can have the dog at first, and the name of the quest is called Lost and Lonely, and upon completion it'll make the dog join you at Sunsong Ranch is where you're going to go. And those coordinates there in the Valley of Four Winds are 42.4, 50, and that's where you'll find the quest if you haven't done so yet. So if you meet those prerequisites, you have done the 12,600 rep that you need with the tillers, you can join us on this mission, and I'll show you where this stuff is at as we get there, just so that you have a visual representation of kind of where everything is. I did try to sort of lay things out so that in this video so you can see what it looks like and where you can expect to find these types of things. So as you can see here, we took the flight path, and we're just now heading to Sunsong Ranch. And as we get here, I'm going to want to go to, well, you're going to want to go to where your garden is at. If you recall where your garden is at, which is where you would go to till, spray plants down and water them and plant them and during the Mists of Pandaria expansion, that's where you're going to want to end up, because that's where the dog is at. So if you have the dog there, you've already done the quest, and you've already exceeded the 12,600 rep to sort of start this. So you're already sort of ahead of the curve on that, which is good. But if you haven't, then what you'll do is you will come over here, and I'm going to head this way to sort of show you where to go. Of course, I'm not the most graceful at going right to the place here, of course. But we will end up over here. Sorry, this is very confusing to watch here. Just try to make the best of it here. Where is it? Okay. Here we go. This is where you're going to want to end up, is right over here. Sorry. So you'll head over here, and this is our dog that's right here. It's just a little wolf model. This is just kind of a little secret in the game. It's nothing super awesome. It doesn't award you a pet or anything of that nature. It's just kind of a cool, fun thing to do. And it's just one of the weird WoW secrets that the developers have put in the game that I thought I'd share with you guys because that's kind of neat. So that's the dog that you'll want to make sure is there before we start off. Having said that, we will move on to the next step. Once you've done the rep and everything, we can move on. So now we're going to be at our garrison. Since we've unlocked the dog there, we know that we've done the rep and everything. Let's make sure that it's at our garrison. So I'm going to walk right here to the herb garden, and you can see the dog is there. Same dog, turns out. You can pet the dog too, and it does like a weird like emote thing. This is the dog that we're looking for though. So we want to make sure that they're both A, at the farm, and B, at your garrison. Now, if they're at your garrison, which is the easiest place to check, which is actually what I did check first, then it's fairly obvious that they're at the first place. So you wouldn't need to, worry about going through the motions of doing all that beforehand. So if you have the dog at your garrison, you already have the rep, you've already done the quest, and you no longer need to worry about that portion of it. So having said that, let's move on to the next step. All right. So now we're in Dalaran, and I just want to show you what it looks like beforehand so you have an idea of what I'm talking about. This is the pet store in Dalaran, and your dog will be where the water dish is there on the left on the ground. Notice there's no dog there now. Here is a map, and what this map indicates is several spots in Dalaran where you can find pebbles on the ground. All right, you have to pick up one of these pebbles from one of these areas and take it back to the dog in your garrison before it will appear in the pet shop in Dalaran. And also I want to mention this is Legion Dalaran, not Old Dalaran. So this is sort of just a screenshot here if you want to pause this or copy the screen of the places that the pebbles will be that you'll need to look for. Now, they're not going to all be there in every single spot. They will be spawning in one of these places, likely. So you'll have to go looking at more than one spot. As you can see here, this is one of the spots that I actually found the pebble in. And it was right here, sort of outside of the exchange commerce, the mages area there. And it's just on the ground right here. It's very tiny, so you really got to look for it. And then make sure that you loot it. And once you've looted the pebble, the next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to, after you've looted it, you'll want to go back to your garrison. And then what's going to happen is you're going to go ahead and go back to your garrison. And I'll just kind of edit real quick here. And so, okay, we're back to the garrison. I have the pebble looted in my bag, and I'm going to go to dog, which is where I showed you he was at earlier, which is in the herb garden. So head to the herb garden. And then generally, what it'll do is it'll open up a new dialogue tree. So you'll click this, and it lets him sniff the pebble, which is, I guess whatever you gotta do. And that's it. And then once the dialogue tree closes, then what you can do is you can head back to Dalaran. And from there, you're able to check and see the dog now in the pet store. Here is what it will look like now if you go to the pet store. I'll show you. Instead of a pet dish sitting on the ground with nothing near it, you can see that your dog is there. So there you go. Just sort of a weird secret, kind of a fun little video I thought I'd throw together. A lot of people aren't really aware of it, so kind of neat. Anyway, remember to like and subscribe to the video and our channel if you liked it. It means a lot. And tune in to Nameless Gamers PDX on our website. Check it out, ngpdxcast.com. A lot of these videos are there, and also we do a podcast, so that's on there as well. Check that out also. So thanks for watching.